In a world defined by what we can see, what we can hear, what we can touch, taste, and smell, we have become prisoners of our 5 physical senses. We believe that everything that is real, everything that is true, can be verified by our eyes or our ears. We trust the tangible, the measurable, the provable. But what if the most important information, the most profound truth about our well-being exists in a dimension that is far beyond what our physical senses can perceive? What if there is a 6th sense, a deep intuitive knowing that holds the key to our health and our healing? For a long time, we have been told that our bodies are simply biological machines, a complex collection of parts that work together to keep us alive. A heart that pumps, lungs that breathe, and a brain that thinks. When something goes wrong with the machine, we go to a mechanic, a doctor, to fix the broken part. But this perspective is profoundly limiting. It fails to account for the moments when a person's body heals itself against all odds, when a doctor's diagnosis is proven wrong by an act of sheer will, or when we just know instinctively that something is wrong with us, long before any test can prove it. This feeling, this inner knowing, is not a figment of your imagination. It is the language of your 6th sense, the sense of healing. This 6th sense is not something mystical or magical. It is an innate biological intelligence that is hardwired into your being. It is the part of you that knows, in the stillness of the night, what you need to be whole. It is a whisper of your body's wisdom, a subtle signal that has been drowned out by the constant noise of our modern lives. The noise of deadlines and social media, the static of chronic stress and endless distractions. We have become so focused on the external world that we have forgotten how to listen to the most important conversation of all, the one happening inside us. This sense is a form of interoception, the biological process that allows your brain to sense the internal state of your body. It is your body's quiet, internal feedback loop, and it is constantly speaking to you. Think of it this way. Your 5 senses are like the external weather report. They tell you if it's hot or cold, if it's raining or sunny. But your 6th sense is like the internal climate report. It tells you if there is a storm brewing inside, long before it becomes visible on the outside. It tells you if your energy reserves are running low, if your emotional state is creating physical tension, if your body is craving a different kind of nourishment. It is the inner compass, guiding you toward balance and well-being. But we have learned to ignore it. We push through the subtle feelings of fatigue. We rationalize away the knots of tension in our stomachs. We distract ourselves from the anxiety in our chest, until that subtle whisper becomes a deafening scream. The journey we are embarking on today is about learning to turn down the volume of the external world and to tune into this powerful inner frequency. It is about understanding the fundamental biological and energetic principles that underpin this 6th sense and how to consciously work with them. This isn't about ignoring science. It's about going to the very edge of human knowledge, to a place where ancient wisdom and modern biology meet. It is about understanding that your body is not just a collection of physical parts, but a sophisticated energy system, a living, breathing field of information that is constantly communicating with the universe. And your 6th sense is the receiver and the transmitter of that information. One of the most foundational concepts of this journey is cellular consciousness. Every single one of your 37 trillion cells is not a dumb, passive unit. Each is an intelligent, sentient being with its own awareness. They communicate with each other through a symphony of chemical, electrical, and even light-based signals. They respond to your thoughts and your emotions. They are listening. They know exactly what is needed for healing and for regeneration. When you are in a state of fear, they listen. When you are in a state of love, they listen. Your 6th sense is simply your conscious connection to this vast cellular intelligence. It is the part of you that can feel the subtle shifts in this internal dialogue before they manifest as a physical symptom. For example, a person may have a persistent feeling of unease in their gut, a constant subtle anxiety that has no clear external cause. They may take a supplement or a pill to try to fix it, but the problem remains. Why? Because the problem is not a mechanical one. It is a communication issue. Their cells are screaming there is something wrong here. But the person is not listening. The 6th sense is not just a feeling, It is a direct signal from the cellular level to your conscious awareness, and learning to honor this feeling is the first step toward true healing. So how do we begin to tune in to this powerful inner frequency? We start with the most basic yet most profound act of all, stillness. We must create a space in our lives to unplug from the external noise. This can be as simple as closing your eyes for 1 minute, taking 3 deep conscious breaths, and for that minute, just listening. Listening not with your ears, but with your entire body. Do you feel a tightness in your chest, a tension in your jaw, a tingling in your fingertips? Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just observe it. This is not just a mindful practice. It is a biological one. In that moment of stillness, you are activating the part of your nervous system that is responsible for rest and repair. You are telling your body, it is safe to rest now. It is safe to heal. And in this simple act of conscious observation, you are opening the lines of communication with your sixth sense. This journey is not about becoming a psychic. It is about becoming a fluent speaker of your own body's language. It is about moving from a state of disconnection to a state of profound trust. The more you practice listening, the more clear the signals become. The whispers become a gentle hum, and the gentle hum becomes a powerful, undeniable roar. Your sixth sense of healing is not something you acquire. It is something you already have. It is waiting for you to simply acknowledge its existence, to trust its wisdom, and to allow it to guide you home to a state of profound wholeness and well-being. This is where the true power lies. When we last spoke, we began to explore the idea of a sixth sense, a profound intuitive knowing that exists beyond our 5 physical senses. We spoke of a cellular intelligence that is always communicating with us, and how stillness is the first step to truly listening. Now we must dive deeper into the very bridge between our inner world and our physical reality. We must understand the language of thought and emotion, and how it acts as the most powerful broadcast to our cellular universe. For a long time we have been conditioned to believe that our thoughts and our feelings are purely mental events, abstract and separate from our physical bodies. We might say, I feel stressed, and think of it as a state of mind, but the truth is far more tangible. Your emotions are not just a feeling. They are a powerful chemical signal that is being sent to every single one of your 37 trillion cells, every single moment of every single day. Think of neuropeptides as the body's messengers. They are tiny protein molecules that carry information from the brain to the rest of the body. When you have a thought, for example, a thought of fear, your brain produces a specific neuropeptide. This molecule is released into your bloodstream and travels to every cell in your body. Each cell has millions of receptor sites on its surface, like tiny antennas. These antennas are specifically designed to receive certain signals. The fear neuropeptide fits perfectly into a receptor designed for it. When it plugs in, it delivers a message. The message is, danger. Prepare to fight or flee. Your cells receive this message and respond accordingly. They may constrict blood vessels, release stress hormones, or prepare for inflammation. This is how a single thought can create a chain reaction throughout your entire body, all the way down to a cellular level. Now imagine the opposite. You feel a moment of profound gratitude, or love, or peace. Your brain produces a completely different set of neuropeptides. These molecules carry a message of safety, of well-being, of calm. When they arrive at the cellular receptor sites, they deliver a completely different set of instructions. They might tell the cell to repair itself, to produce less inflammation, to absorb nutrients more efficiently. This is why a moment of true peace can feel so restorative. It's not just in your head, it's in every cell of your being. It's a physical reboot, a chemical recalibration that is happening on a scale you can't even comprehend. Your emotions are not just a feeling. They are the most powerful language your cells know, and they are listening to every word. The problem for most of us is that we have become emotionally reactive. We allow our feelings to be dictated by external circumstances. The traffic jam makes us angry. The rude comment makes us feel small. The news story makes us feel afraid. And in each of these moments we are broadcasting a low-frequency, chaotic signal to our cells. Our body is constantly on high alert. The danger messages are coming in so fast, so furiously, that the cells are overwhelmed. They can't do their normal job of repair and maintenance. They are too busy preparing for a fight that never comes. This state is the root cause of so many of our modern ailments, from chronic fatigue to digestive issues to a weakened immune system. We are literally poisoning our bodies with our own unchecked emotional responses. But the beautiful truth is, you can change this. The cells are not just passive recipients, they are active participants. When you become aware of the emotional broadcast you are sending, you can consciously change the channel. The key is to move from a state of emotional reactivity to a state of emotional intentionality. You are not a victim of your emotions. You are the conductor of your own inner orchestra. It's about learning to choose the feeling you want to experience, and then to feel it fully in your body, and to allow that high-frequency signal to cascade throughout your cellular universe. So how do we do this? We start by creating a different kind of inner environment. One of the most powerful tools is the cultivation of heart-brain coherence. Your heart, as we mentioned before, has an electromagnetic field that is 5,000 times stronger than your brain's. It is an incredibly powerful broadcaster. When you feel a high-frequency emotion, like gratitude or love or appreciation, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes strong and coherent. It sends a powerful rhythmic signal to your brain and to every cell in your body. Your heart and brain literally get in sync, creating a state of harmony. When you feel a low-frequency emotion like fear or anger, your heart's field becomes chaotic and disorganized. Your brain and body become out of sync. You are broadcasting a garbled signal full of static. The next time you feel a negative emotion, instead of getting lost in the story of why you feel that way, simply pause, take a deep breath, and without judgment, ask yourself, where in my body do I feel this emotion? Do you feel it as a knot in your stomach, a tightness in your chest, a tension in your shoulders? Just locate the sensation. Once you have located it, don't try to push it away. Instead, simply breathe into it. Imagine your breath as a cleansing light. And as you inhale, you are sending that light directly to the sensation. And as you exhale, you are softening it and releasing it. Do this for just a few breaths. You are not fighting the emotion. You are simply changing your relationship with it. You are moving from being the emotion to being the compassionate witness to it. You are telling your cells, I see you, I feel you, and it is safe to let go now. This simple act begins to break the cycle of emotional reactivity. It interrupts the low-frequency broadcast. It creates a space for a different kind of signal to be sent. And this is where we bring in the powerful high-frequency emotions. The fastest way to change your emotional state is through gratitude. When you feel grateful, you cannot at the same time feel afraid. The two frequencies are incompatible. So, after you've acknowledged and released the negative sensation, simply bring to mind one thing that you are truly deeply grateful for. It could be the simple warmth of a cup of coffee, the sound of a bird outside your window, the love of a pet. Find something small and simple, but feel the gratitude for it fully in your heart. Allow that feeling to expand. Feel the warmth in your chest, the softening in your shoulders, the lightness in your body. You are not faking it. You are choosing it. And with every beat of your heart, you are sending a powerful, loving, and healing signal to every cell in your body. When you do this, you are creating a state of energetic coherence. You are speaking the language of the cells in a way they can understand. You are saying, we are safe, we are well, we are abundant, and the cells will respond. They will begin to repair themselves more efficiently. They will produce less inflammation. They will move from a state of survival to a state of thriving. This is not just a temporary fix. With consistent practice, this becomes your new baseline. You are literally rewiring your brain and your body to a new higher frequency. You are not just changing your mind, you are changing your biological reality. The secret language of your cells is the language of your heart. And when you learn to speak it with love and gratitude, your body will sing back to you with health and vitality. Building upon the language of emotion, we must now explore the even more subtle and yet profoundly powerful language of intuition and the nervous system. If emotions are the chemical messengers, then your gut is the most powerful receiver and broadcaster of your sixth sense. For a long time, we viewed the gut as simply a digestive organ. We believed it was just a processing factory, responsible for breaking down food and absorbing nutrients. But the truth is far more complex and far more intelligent. The gut is home to the enteric nervous system, a vast network of over 100 million neurons that line your digestive tract. This system is so complex and so intelligent that scientists have begun to call it the body's second brain. It can function independently of the brain in your head, and it is in constant two-way communication with it through a major neural superhighway called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is like a direct line from your gut to your brain, and it is the primary conduit for your intuitive knowing. Have you ever had a gut feeling about a person or a situation? That feeling of unease in your stomach, or a sense of peace that you can't quite explain? That is not just a feeling. It is a direct signal from your second brain, a broadcast of your sixth sense. Your gut is constantly collecting information from your internal environment and from the world around you. It's receiving signals from the trillions of bacteria that live within it, from the food you eat, and from the subtle energies of your environment. It is processing all of this information and sending a clear message to your conscious mind. The problem is, we have learned to ignore it. We have rationalized away our gut feelings, trusting our logical mind over our intuitive body. But the secret to unlocking your sixth sense of healing is to learn to trust the second brain, to honor its wisdom, to quiet the rational mind long enough to hear what the body already knows. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through the simple, profound act of breathing. Your breath is the most powerful tool you have to directly influence your nervous system. When you are in a state of stress or fear, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. This sends a signal to your nervous system that you are in danger. It activates the fight-or-flight response, and it shuts down the lines of communication. Your body is too busy preparing for an attack to listen to your intuitive wisdom. But when you take a deep, slow, conscious breath, you are sending a completely different signal. You are activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state, which is responsible for healing and repair. You are telling your body it is safe to rest now. It is safe to heal. The vagus nerve, which is so closely tied to your breath, receives this signal and broadcasts it to your entire body. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops. Your digestion begins to work more efficiently. Your cells, which have been on high alert, begin to calm down, and the lines of communication reopen. This is why so many ancient healing traditions have focused on the breath. They knew that the breath was not just about taking in oxygen. It was a direct conversation with your entire being. It was the key to unlocking your body's innate wisdom. The simplest and most powerful practice is diaphragmatic breathing. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. Inhale slowly through your nose and feel your stomach expand. The hand on your chest should barely move. Exhale slowly through your mouth and feel your stomach contract. Do this for just a few minutes and you will feel a profound sense of calm. You are not just breathing. You are consciously resetting your nervous system. You are sending a direct message to your second brain, and you are opening the lines of communication with your sixth sense. This is the ultimate act of self-trust. It is the recognition that your body is not a problem to be solved, but a wise, intelligent partner. It is the act of listening to the subtle signals that it is sending you and honoring them. When you feel a gut feeling about something, don't rationalize it away. Take a deep breath and simply listen to what your body is telling you. It knows more than your conscious mind can ever comprehend. And when you learn to trust that wisdom, you are unlocking the most powerful healing force of all, the one that has been with you all along. From the inner dialogue of the nervous system, we now turn our attention to the language of pure energy. Our physical bodies are tangible. We can see them, touch them, and measure them. But at the deepest subatomic level, every single atom that makes up your body is a vibrating field of energy. This energy is not just a theoretical concept. It is a very real, measurable phenomenon. Your sixth sense is your intuitive connection to this energy field and your ability to influence it. Think of your body as an incredibly complex energy system. It is composed of many different fields that are in constant communication with each other and with the world around you. The two most powerful broadcasters are your brain and your heart. The brain has an electromagnetic field, but the heart's field is up to 5,000 times stronger and radiates much farther out from the body. Your heart is the master conductor of your energy. It is constantly broadcasting a signal, a frequency, that is influenced by your emotions and your intentions. Your sixth sense is a direct receiver of this heart-based energy. When you feel an emotion like love, compassion, or gratitude, your heart's energy field becomes strong and coherent. It sends a powerful rhythmic signal to your brain and to every cell in your body. Your heart and brain literally get in sync, creating a state of harmony. In this state of coherence, your body's ability to heal and to regenerate is amplified. Your immune system becomes stronger. Your thoughts become clearer. Your body moves from a state of survival to a state of thriving. Your sixth sense, which is now in a state of clear reception, can easily pick up on these signals and guide you toward healing. But when you feel an emotion like fear, anger, or anxiety, your heart's field becomes chaotic and disorganized. Your brain and body become out of sync. You are broadcasting a garbled signal full of static. Your body's resources are diverted from healing and repair to defense and survival. The whispers of your sixth sense are drowned out by the noise of this inner chaos. This is not a judgment on negative emotions. It is a simple observation of their biological effect. They are low-frequency, incoherent signals that can interfere with your body's innate healing intelligence. The beautiful truth is, you can consciously choose to change the frequency of your heart. The fastest way to shift from a state of chaos to a state of coherence is through intentional gratitude. It is a profoundly powerful practice. When you feel a negative emotion beginning to take hold, a feeling of stress or fear, simply pause. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to rationalize it away. Instead, bring to mind one thing that you are truly, deeply grateful for. It could be the simple warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of a loved one's voice, the taste of your favorite meal. Find something small and simple, but feel the gratitude for it fully in your heart. Allow that feeling to expand. Feel the warmth in your chest, the softening in your shoulders, the lightness in your body. You are not faking it. You are choosing it. And with every beat of your heart, you are sending a powerful, loving, and healing signal to every cell in your body. You are creating a state of energetic coherence. You are speaking the language of your cells in a way they can understand. You are telling them, we are safe, we are well, we are abundant, and the cells will respond. They will begin to repair themselves more efficiently. They will produce less inflammation. They will move from a state of survival to a state of thriving. Your sixth sense, which is now in a state of clarity, can begin to guide you toward the next step in your healing journey. This is the ultimate form of self-care. It is a recognition that your body is not just a physical machine, but a profound and magnificent energy field. And your sixth sense is the intuitive part of you that knows how to tune that field to create a symphony of health and vitality. It is the language of your heart. And when you learn to speak it with clarity and love, your body will sing back to you with a powerful, undeniable roar. From the invisible currents of our energy fields, we now ground ourselves in the very tangible language of nutrition, movement, and sleep. We have been conditioned to view these acts as simply fuel for a machine. We eat to get calories, we move to burn calories, we sleep to rest our tired bodies. But this perspective is profoundly limiting. Your sixth sense is constantly communicating with you through these acts, and listening to it is key to true holistic health. Let's begin with nutrition. Food is not just calories. It is information. It is a complex set of instructions that you are sending to every single one of your 37 trillion cells, telling them how to behave, how to function, and how to communicate. Your sixth sense is the part of you that knows, instinctively, what your body needs. It sends you subtle signals, a craving for something green when you need more nutrients, a feeling of lightness after eating a certain meal, or a feeling of sluggishness after eating something that your body finds difficult to process. We have learned to ignore these subtle signals by eating on a schedule, or eating for emotional reasons, or eating to fill a void. We have turned a loving, conscious conversation into a robotic, unconscious act. But when you consciously choose to eat a whole living food, a vibrant fruit, a leafy green, a handful of nuts, you are providing your cells with the precise information they need to thrive. You are telling them to reduce inflammation, to detoxify, to build strong new tissue. The vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in these foods are not just passive substances. They are active collaborators in the cellular conversation, helping to facilitate communication and to clean up the static. Your gut, in particular, is a major hub of this conversation. It is home to trillions of bacteria, a bustling metropolis of its own, that directly influences your immune system, your mood, and your energy levels. When you feed these bacteria with living whole foods, you are fostering a thriving, healthy community, and your sixth sense can more clearly receive their message. Next, consider movement. When you move your body, you are not just building muscle and burning calories. You are creating a flow of energy. Your lymphatic system, which is responsible for flushing toxins and waste from your cells, relies on movement to function. It doesn't have a pump like your circulatory system. It needs the contraction of your muscles to push the fluid through. When you are sedentary, the lymphatic system becomes sluggish. Toxins build up. Inflammation increases. The communication lines between your cells become clogged. Your cells are literally suffocating in their own waste. This is why you feel tired and heavy after a long day of sitting. Your cellular universe is bogged down with unprocessed debris. Your sixth sense is screaming at you to get up and move. Finally, we must honor the language of sleep and rest. Our modern world has convinced us that rest is a luxury, a sign of laziness. We are proud of how little sleep we get, and we push ourselves to our limits every single day. This is the most destructive message you can send to your cells. The vast majority of your body's repair and regeneration happens when you are asleep. Your cells are not just resting. They are actively engaged in a massive cleanup operation. They are repairing DNA, flushing out toxins, and restoring balance. When you don't get enough sleep, you are essentially interrupting this vital conversation. The cleanup doesn't get finished. The repairs don't get made. You wake up feeling exhausted and out of sorts because your cellular universe is still in a state of chaos. Your sixth sense is sending you subtle messages of fatigue and brain fog, telling you to honor your body's need for rest. The secret to unlocking your sixth sense of healing through these daily acts is to stop treating them as a chore and start viewing them as a profound, loving conversation with your body. To simply ask your body, what do you need right now, and to trust the answer. This is where your true power lies. We have discussed the internal languages of stillness, emotion, thought, energy, and the very physical conversations of nutrition and movement. Now we must turn our attention to the one thing that can completely interfere with these subtle signals, the noise of the modern world. Your sixth sense is a delicate, intuitive receiver. It is designed to pick up on the most subtle signals from your body and from your environment. But our modern world is filled with so much constant, low-frequency static that our inner receiver has been completely overwhelmed. Think of it like trying to have a quiet conversation in the middle of a loud, chaotic concert. You can't hear the other person, and they can't hear you. This is what happens to your sixth sense when it is constantly bombarded by the noise of our technology, our endless notifications, our information overload, and our chronic stress. These are not just inconveniences. They are powerful disruptive forces that are literally interfering with your body's ability to communicate with itself. This is not a philosophical idea. This is a biological reality. The constant state of alert that is triggered by an endless stream of notifications or by the low-level anxiety of a chaotic social media feed is a powerful signal to your cells that you are in a state of constant danger. Your sixth sense, which is designed to guide you toward peace and healing, is being drowned out by this relentless technological chaos. One of the most powerful steps you can take to reclaim your sixth sense is to create moments of digital detox, to consciously unplug from the source of the static. This is not about abandoning technology altogether. It is about creating boundaries. It is about honoring your inner landscape as a sacred space that needs to be protected from external noise. It can be as simple as setting a time each day when you turn off all notifications, or leaving your phone in another room when you are eating or spending time with loved ones. When you do this, You are not just getting a break from technology. You are telling your body, the danger is over. The signal is clear. It is safe to rest now. You are consciously silencing the noise so that you can hear the profound whisper of your sixth sense. But the noise is not just digital. It is also in our environment. The air we breathe, the water we drink, and the products we use can all be sources of toxins and chemicals that can disrupt our body's communication. Your sixth sense is a brilliant internal detoxification system. It is constantly sending you signals about what your body is struggling to process. A rash that appears with no clear cause. A persistent feeling of lethargy that no amount of sleep can fix. A subtle feeling of dis-ease that you can't quite put your finger on. These are not random symptoms. They are your sixth sense telling you. Something in your environment is not in harmony with your body. Learning to listen to these signals is a powerful act of self-love. It is about becoming more discerning about what you allow into your body and into your space. It is about a journey of conscious awareness, of paying attention to the subtle cues that your body is sending you. The headache that appears after using a certain perfume, the digestive discomfort that occurs after using a certain cleaning product, the feeling of mental fog that arises after spending time in a stuffy, closed-off room. These are not just annoyances. They are the language of your sixth sense, telling you to pay attention. The secret to unlocking your sixth sense in a modern world is to become the intentional gatekeeper of your own personal reality. It is to choose what you allow into your body, into your mind, and into your environment. It is to create a sacred space that is free from static and chaos. And in that space, your sixth sense can finally be heard. It can begin to guide you toward the profound healing and a state of well-being that you are capable of. It is an act of profound self-respect and a powerful step on your journey to wholeness. We have journeyed through the many dimensions of the sixth sense. We have explored the power of inner stillness, the language of emotion, thought and energy, the tangible messages of nutrition and movement, and the importance of protecting our inner receiver from the noise of the external world. We have come to the end of our journey, but the work has just begun. The ultimate goal of this journey is to move from simply understanding the sixth sense of healing to living it, to make it a seamless, intuitive part of your daily life, to live in a state of profound intuitive flow. Intuitive flow is the state where you are no longer consciously struggling to make the right choices for your health and well-being. It is the state where your body's wisdom is so clear that you simply know what it needs. You instinctively reach for the foods that will nourish you. You instinctively know when to rest and when to move. You instinctively know how to handle a stressful situation with grace and calm. It is a state of effortless grace, where you are not fighting your body, but dancing with it. You are not a controller. You are a co-creator with the magnificent, intelligent universe that resides within you. And as you begin to live in this state of intuitive flow, you will notice a profound ripple effect that extends far beyond your own body. Your energy field, which is now clear and coherent, begins to influence the world around you. You become a beacon. People will feel calmer in your presence. Situations that used to feel stressful will now flow with greater ease. You will begin to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that are in alignment with your elevated state of being. This is not a coincidence. This is the direct result of you broadcasting a new, clear, and powerful signal. You are no longer a passive receiver of the world's chaos. You are an active participant in its healing. You are contributing to the collective energy field of humanity simply by tending to your own. This is the ultimate gift of learning to listen to your sixth sense. It is not just about healing a physical body. It is about reclaiming your power. It is about remembering who you are at the deepest level. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not a machine that is doomed to break down. You are a brilliant, intelligent, conscious universe of energy, capable of healing, regenerating, and creating a reality that is more vibrant and more joyful than you ever thought possible. The power has never been out there. It has always been in here. The journey begins with a single moment of stillness, a single breath, a single thought, and it continues. With every choice you make to honor the sacred secret conversation happening inside you. It is the most important dialogue you will ever have, and it is waiting for you to listen.